Hiya, it's Wendy here again from Toonpish Crafts, and I hope you're doing okay. Today I'm doing a colour test. Now I know that alcohol ink fades over time, and I'm going to test to see what it does in the sunshine. Now I have had an experience where alcohol disappeared completely in the sunshine, so I'm going to wait for a sunny day. We're going to test all kinds of pigments, paste, alcohol ink, liquid pigments, mica powder, all the pigments I can get hold of, and I'll try and use the same kind of colour throughout. Yeah, let's see what happens. So these are the brands and colours that I've decided to use. Red is a difficult colour in resin, so I thought I'd give it a go with what reds I have. I do like red. I like bright red, and most reds are either pink, orange or purple, so it is difficult to find a decent red, and I thought I'd show you those two. I'm going to be using a Vista Cascade for this one. It's a 24-hour cure medium depth resin, 2:1 by weight. And I thought I'd mark each of these half sphere moulds by writing in from 1 to 10. I've got 10 colours to use, and the first one I'm going to choose is the Vista red itself. It's a beautiful silky red, absolutely stunning, and mixes absolutely beautiful. So I'm going to be doing 2 half spheres with each colour. The first one I've written the number inside with a chalk marker, and the second one will have a number underneath because the second one is the one that's going to be going in the sunshine. The second colour I'm using is the Hemway. Now this is actually a gorgeous red, and it's a mica, which is very, very rare. But it does have a very slight pinkish to it. Only slight, but enough to annoy me. So in case I haven't actually made myself clear at this point, the plan is to do 2 half spheres with the same colour. Keep one in the dark and put one in the sunlight. And after they've been in the sunlight for a whole day, let's see if they've changed colour in any way, shape or form. That's the plan, because I don't want colours to disappear on me in the sunshine. And I'm pretty sure you don't want that as well. So the next one is Just For You Online UK Premium Pink. A bit of a hard label to video, that one, but I hope you can see what it is. I don't have a red for this one, so I thought pink would do. And again, it's a beautiful, silky, smooth pink. If you're not looking for those colour changing pigments, liquid pigments are really beautifully smooth. As usual, I've sped up most of this video for your ease of viewing. And if you have any questions or comments about this video, please do use the comment section below. Okay, on to the next one, and we've got Resin 8 Pigments Blood Red. Now I don't actually know if this one's being sold anymore. I bought it quite a long time ago and I have looked for it since, and I haven't found it. So if you know if it's still available, let me know. Again, gorgeous, gorgeous red colour, very deep. And I will link all the colours that I'm using in the information section below. If I miss anything, just give me a nudge and I will do my best to sort that out. Okay, we're on to the next one, and this red is a little too orange for me. It's Resin 8 Firelight, but it is a fiery red, so you could argue that it's me and not the colour. But yeah, a little orangey. Have any of you noticed the mistake I made earlier? Yeah, I didn't actually realise it until later that day after I poured the resin. By then it was a bit too late. It does become apparent later, but it doesn't alter the test, and it doesn't make the results any different. Glass Cast Red is the next one. It's a pigment that I've had for quite some time, I have to say. I've had it for a few years, at least 3 I think. But I wanted to use it, and it was still good. Another beautiful red colour. Some pigment colours do need a bit more in to get the depth of colour that I wanted though, and this one needed a little bit more. Now at this time I'm trying to stay away from alcohol inks because I'm pretty sure they're going to fail in this test, but we'll see. So this one is HXDZFX Ruby Transparent Pigment. It's not a solid red, but I thought, you know, if I'm going to try alcohol inks, Then I'm going to have to try transparent pigments as well. And this one I've had for quite a while. I got it from Amazon, and again all the links will be down below. Maybe as a post lady I'm a little bit obsessed with red. I thought at this point I'd better give the pieces a spritz with isopropyl alcohol to help get rid of the bubbles. They'd been sitting there for quite a while. I am taking my time with this. And now on to the one I've been dreading. I think you pronounce it Sugilite. Sugilite Red from Let's Resin. I don't know if that's correct, but if you Google it, that's what comes up. Sugilite. Okay then. So I used 2 Sugilite Reds from Let's Resin. This is one that's called Sugilite Red and the other is just called Sugilite. I don't know where the word comes from. I've never heard it before, so it's all new to me. But it's still a gorgeous red and it's transparent. We're on to number 9, and this is Pinata Magenta. Now magenta is more of a pink than a red, but it's the one I have, so that's the one I'm going to use. It is quite old, this bottle, and I have shaken it like you wouldn't believe. It is a bit of an odd colour though, and I need to put more in to get it to a brighter colour. Is that me or is it orange? Looks orange to me. It is quite an old bottle this, so we'll forgive it for not being so bright pink this time. And the last one is the Sugilite, the Let's Resin Sugilite. These come from a different set, and again I will link it in the section below. Still a vibrant red, absolutely gorgeous. And that is number 10, the last one I'm trying. I have got other reds, I have got other pigments, but I can't keep going forever. I think 10 is enough in a trial, don't you? So 24 hours later and it's time to demold, and this is where I can see the mistake that I made. Have you noticed it? Did you notice earlier? I drew in the moulds the numbers, and when they're demolded they're a mirror image, but I can still see what they are. Luckily I can still see the numbers, so it's all good. Now I'm going to be writing on the back of the ones that are going to go into the sunshine, and they will be the right way up. There is a little red dot on the pink one. Some red must have dripped into it before I poured it, but it's all good. It's no harm done. So now I'm going to be boxing up them both. And as this was recorded back in the beginning of February, I've got to wait for a nice sunny day. But at this moment in time, I've got to make sure I know what I'm doing. So this is the date, the 9th of February 2022, and this is the dark test. So these pieces will be kept in a box. The other pieces are the ones that are going to go in the sunlight just as soon as we get a sunshiny day. Don't you just love sunshiny days? If only we had more of them in England. Not today. Thought it was promising then, didn't you? So did I. I actually got so fed up of waiting. I thought I'm going to have to film just to let you know that I'm not lying. This is awful weather. Okay, so that was recorded back in January, I think. And I thought within a few weeks I would get at least one sunny day to go out and do this test. Unfortunately, the English weather has not been very helpful. Any sunny day that there has been, I've been at work, which I only work 3 days a week, so you know, you'd think there'd be other days that I could do it. And the one really hot week, I had family round, so I couldn't do the test. So I've had to wait and wait and wait and wait. I've since changed where I film, so it looks a bit different. Now it is now the end of June, and you would have thought I'd had some really hot days. It's been sunny, but it hasn't really been that hot. Again, the only hot days were when I was at work. So I've managed to get the pieces in the sunshine, albeit at only 20 odd degrees, but let's have a look at the outcome. And yes, finally a day without clouds. Ooh. Right, 8 o'clock in the morning. What's the temperature? Do we know the temperature? 15 degrees. Thank you. The first day it reached 22 degrees centigrade. I did put them out on the second day, and that day it reached 25 degrees centigrade. I moved them every few hours so they stayed in the sunlight, so they weren't in the shade at all. And the results were really quite interesting to me. You can see here that all 10 look pretty much the same, apart from one. But there's only one way we can actually know for sure, and that's by putting the originals next to them. Now it's obvious to me that number 9 has changed colour. Number 9 is the Pinata Magenta. It was an old pigment. I don't know if it was still okay. It seemed okay, but when I mixed it, it looked orange. Although the original does look very much brighter. As for the rest, you tell me if you can see any colour change. I am so surprised by this. I at least expected some of them to change colour in the sunlight. So what has this told me? It's told me that not all alcohol inks fade in the sunlight. These pieces were in the sunlight for 12 hours one day and 12 hours the second day, and only one of them changed colour. After this video took so long to make, spanning months to actually record it, I couldn't not show it, even though there wasn't much difference. It was only one that changed colour, but I figured that would help someone somewhere. I was always told that alcohol ink fades in sunlight. Now when a colour has been in the sunlight for 24 hours, if it's going to fade, it would have faded, or at least a little bit, but most of these haven't, well, apart from one. All that being said, resin isn't meant to be put in direct sunlight, but if you've got it on a key ring or a necklace, you want to make sure it's going to be okay, right? It's not meant to be in direct sunlight because it goes yellow over time, and that is the case. However, I'd love my colours to stay colours. I hope you've enjoyed this one. Come back and see me next week because you never know what I'm going to be up to. Happy crafting, and bye for now.